Dating as a Mormon, story time. So back in 2008, I was 17 going on 18 and had just gotten a full ride to a university in Utah in Salt Lake. And obviously I took that. And the bishop in our young singles ward, where I was like almost 18, but not even quite, gave a speech at the beginning of the school year, letting us all know that as women, turning down dates from any young man who's a good member of the church is a sin. Even if you're not attracted to them or they gross you out, maybe it's like the one chance God is going to give you to get married. These are his words, not mine. And if you refuse this young man, you will be eternally single because you missed your chance, because you turned him down for superficial reasons. You need to say yes to every single date and get to know all these young men, even if they physically disgust you. And then he went on to talk about how long it took him to convince his wife to eventually go on a date with him. And then we're coerced her into marrying me. And look, here we are, super happy 50 years later, however many years it was. So I never turned down a date because I didn't want to be a sinner. And I had to go on all these dates. All of my first dates, because I didn't date at all in high school, I waited till I was in college. All of my first dates, with the exception of maybe like one or two, I was 0% attracted to this person. Like, would rather vomit than kiss them. And these poor guys, now as like a full-grown adult with a full functioning brain and out of Mormonism, I'm like, oh, that is leading people on. And I didn't realize it and went on several dates that could have been very dangerous and not really safe. But I had been told that saying no was literally going against the will of God. And I will be eternally single if I mess this up. This commandment from my bishop led to lots of interesting story times, including the time when I was so excited to go on a first date, finding this guy that I thought was cute. And we get to the restaurant and surprise, it's a double date with his parents. Or the guy who came to my doorstep, surprised me with the first date, didn't even ask, just like showed up and was like, we're going on a date. And then he refused to leave for several days and slept outside in the hallway in my dorm. And the amount of Mormon men, when you go on a date with them, who instantly start joking on the first or even second date about what a great mother you're going to be for their children. Really, really too much for me. Shout out to my guy friend John, who I told what my bishop had told me, and he goes, oh my gosh, we are college students. None of us have unlimited funds to be taking out all these girls on dates who aren't even interested in us. If you're not interested, just say no. Otherwise, you're leading the person on. And I was like, oh, thank goodness, because I was so sick of going on dates, and I didn't date another man until I met my husband after that because I was very burned out from dating.